We're back with the new memory chip. So we were just solving sate, which equals eats. Satiate your appetite. Okay, so very exciting. Revelations for 5, joy. And we were just preaching on ETA, estimated time of arrival, adds to 245, which is a sevenfold set of fives. And you know the joy of an estimated time of arrival. Think about the joy of people meeting each other again for the first time in a long time. There is so much joy in ETAs, an estimated time of arrival, okay? And there's so many fives in that divine set of letters, estimated time of arrival. It starts with E, it ends in 35. Arrival's the word, adds to the great 100, but much joy, okay? But ETAs equals eats, joy, okay? So, but we were amazed. So we're looking at all anagrams of eats, and it's amazing. So the obvious thing, you're going to love me, this is nuts. So the word sate equals eats, equals seat, is pure fives, pure joy. Well, now bump it higher by saying satiate. Satiate your appetite. Now all you've done is you've injected IAT, which is 10 plus 20, more fives. Done. Linchpin. Done. Don't argue with me. This is the word of the Lord. Satiate equals 75. A triple of 5 times 5 to the glory of God, who is joy. 5 is the number of joy, and that is the floodgate revelation that God is pouring forth through me and in my lap. So satiate. Literally, in order, it's 20, 20, 10, 25. But that's coming off of the word sate, which is the shortest, fastest word to say, sate your appetite. You start speaking these words, which are God's words, and like stuff will happen. Like love will happen most of all, but God will bless you and bless people through you. Sate your appetite. Okay? So, sate your appetite or satiate your appetite. Okay? So, satiate equals 75, adds 30 points to sate. Adds 30 points to sate. And you satiate your appetite typically while sitting in a seat, which equals sate. Okay? This is the wisdom of God. So we looked at eights, east, eats, ETAs. We looked at sate, we looked at seat. What is a sata? And then we know that you drink teas. So what is sata? And how do we see the joy in it? So it comes from the Latin word bristle, sata, from zoology, so this is like animal stuff. A stiff, hair-like or bristle-like structure, especially in an invertebrate. Or in botany, as in a moss or liverwort, the stalk supporting the capsule. The sata. Talk to me.
Seta.
Seta. Okay, well, it's easy to see in the joy in that as far as the animal is concerned. It helps them do what they want to do. I do know the word hairs and nails for humans. Jesus said the hairs of your head are all numbered, which means you're supposed to refer to this stuff as hairs, not hair. Okay, so hairs plural divides by 5 for the joy of it. Hairs equals 55, and nails equals the same thing, 55. And you have 5 nails as a reminder of that. So on, you know, 5, 5, toes, toes. Like, if there's one thing, if there's one word that you have 5 of the most in your human body, it's hairs and nails. Like, yeah, you have fingers and toes, but they also have nails. 5 nails up here, 5 nails up here, 5 nails down there, 5 nails down there. Nails equals 55, just like hairs equals 55. Okay, and there is joy in nails. 5 is the number of joy. Okay. Amazing. And then when you pluralize this word from zoology, it becomes
Seta.
setae. It just adds another E, another 5. So the 5s continue to abound. So what is this? Setae then equals joy perfectly. What are setae according to the zoologists? Well, it's basically the same word that we have. Hairs is 55. Setae for animals is 50. And And the fives in satay are embarrassing. The SA, the T, the E. So, I mean, do I dare do an image search for satay? Yeah, they're like the little hair-like, they're you know, little hair-like projections that are more stiff, like bristles, in plants and animals, as far as I can gather. But again, it's the fives, just like hairs. Excellent. Okay, fine enough. Interestingly, the word fur divides by 5. In fact, fur equals 45. There's much joy in fur. And the word soft also divides by 5. It's 15 points higher than fur. Coats. Sometimes pluralize things like coats. Okay. So then overcoats will be purified. Or no, excuse me. Hold on. Back that one up. Okay. One thing at a time. We were solving foods. And then we were doing anagrams on the word eats. And it was highly instructive. Eat, E-T-A-C. Oh yeah, by the way, today is Saturday, or sat, they say. Satiate. Sat is pure fives. Satiate on Saturday, the C, okay, we know it's 5 times 5. Satiate. Just to brush up on a few words for my own sake. This is cool, the joy in little words like as many as possible. As much as possible. As. He shall be as. As is 20, which is joy. Divides by 5. Okay. The French word is état, but I just want to brush up a little bit. Define T-A-E. This is the patience, this research. Oh, Thai is a Korean name meaning great. I'm just here to say that, you know, it equals the word God. We know that. Okay. And define Taz. Words abound. It's all joy. Okay, we hit the big ones. We hit some real big ones. With eats and seat and sate. Pure joy. Sit in your seat, sate your appetite, drink your teas while you look to the sunrise in the east. And that's all using the same letters, pure joy. It's all joy. Okay? Now, if you're really good, we're now realizing you will discover that the word breakfast contains the word east. Okay? And you eat breakfast when the sun is rising in the east. And you should. And so the word breakfast is loaded with these fives. It's the first 3 letters divide by 5, the last 3 letters divide by 5, and then it'll knit together with all sorts of other words. What else? What else in Foodland? Brunch is loaded. We talked about brunch and lunch and all that. Yeah, brunch is loaded. And I have plenty of time if I still decide to go to the brunch buffet here in town. It's Saturday, 10:26 a.m., 28th day of July. July is a joy. It's a word from the Lord. It's like summer. So what other words in Foodland? Okay, we solved your fork, your knife, every utensil. We solved the kitchen. That was 5s. A board. Now I'm thinking of like a cutting board. That's loaded with 5s. Cutting ends in 50. Yeah. Okay. Lots of 5s in cutting board. We know that dish divides by 5. Washer equals Jesus. We're on the hunt. Head chef equals food. We're on the hunt for, oh yeah, recipe. Recipe. Recipes, plural, will divide by 5. And then why not try a recipe book? Recipe is such a big, famous, universal word that it knits together with tons of words in front and behind. But notice the obvious, that recipe contains 2 E's, which are 5, okay? And then the IP near the center is 25, that's irresistible. And then to just pluralize it is the simplest way to complete a multiple of 5. So recipes. okay, is 75. 5 times 5 tripled. Okay, recipes. Okay, the joy of recipes. We did ingredient. Come on, we gotta hit some of the. We hit some of the biggest words so far. A spread. There's lots of 5s in these. We're just piecing it together one by one. It was knife, fork. We did a number on spoon. We know that wines, plural, is 5s. Interestingly, okay, no, what do we do here? What do we do? Now, you don't want to promote overconsumption of things, but I'm just checking out various names of things. Wines divides by 5, spirits divides by 5. What else is joy? Like, we know the word eats and drinks divides by 5, just like wines and spirits. Now, I'm not promoting overconsumption, obviously. Alcohols does divide by 5. What other words in Foodville? Just trying to get these, scoop up the major gems first. Oh yeah, we know that lights is a glaring 5, and lightings. Alright, well, we hit some of the big ones. Okay. We hit some of the big ones in food. So other words for food that divide by 5. Let's take a look. Nourish. Nourish is glaringly love, joy. The word nourish is love, joy in order going backwards. Nourish. That's obvious. Nourish equals joy, love, the first few fruits of the Spirit. It's just irresistible to do a quick pass on all these things. There's so much to see and understand. Fair. Well, there you go. Like Nature's Fair, there's that store in town. Fair is another word for food that is screaming out 5s. Fair, you also pay the fare. More blessed to give than to receive, so the joy of giving, we've talked about that. But, this is some very fine fare, we say. Give us this day our daily bread. Okay, bread equals fare, and both are screaming out 5s. So I like simple words like, this is some fine fare, this is some fine food. I know viand equals 50. I know meals, plural, equals 50. We're hitting some of the easiest food words that are 5s. Cuisine. Oh my goodness, now we're getting high. See, cuisine, there's food, which is 40. But then there's cuisine, which is double 40. And everyone knows when you say cuisine, you're taking this race higher. If a restaurant manager talks about the cuisine rather than the food, he's up here, in my opinion. The cuisine. How was the cuisine? Oh, it was rather fine, thank you. So cuisine is double food. Cuisine is the grade 80, so I can't resist staring at cuisine because... So it ends in E, which is 5. I'm in love already. What else is in here? The U and the I can get married to make 30. And then you're left knitting the rest of the guys together. You could put the U and the S together. Okay, so this is cool. I'm going to preach real good here. The very first title of God in the English Bible that he declares about himself is the name us. Genesis 1 verse 26. 26 equals God. God says, let us, as in Father, Son, Holy Ghost, let us make man in our image. Us equals food. That was a word I had from the Lord a long time ago. U equals F-O, S equals O-D. Slice the word food in half, you have U-S. And of course the U.S. is in the United States is really big on food, and there's a lot of U.S. dollars that fund food worldwide. But cuisine contains the U.S. So U.S. equals the famous title of God equals food in order sliced in half. The rest of the letters in cuisine equal the other 40. Cuisine is food, food. Cuisine is 40-40. Okay, but how should you slice it into the two 40s? I'm going to take the famous name of God, you, us, the first title of God, in order. That's my 40 number 1, and the rest is 40 number 2. Now, with 40 number 2, you got the E on the end, which is 5, so it's a cherry on top. Remember, 5 is the number of joy in cuisine. And then you're left with the pair of I's plus the CN, 17 plus 18, which is 35. Cuisine. So, cuisine equals us, equals food. There was another word that came. Now, we know that 5-star divides by 5. So 5-star cuisine will divide by 5. 5-star equals 100, equals lightning. Cuisine equals 100, equals 80. So 5-star cuisine equals holy, holy, holy. Ah, yeah, I'm in paradise, and I believe I've just earned a ticket to the buffet. Okay, 5-star cuisine. I will be there, Lord. Thank you very much. And I will invite many people in my past, God willing. Okay. No, I'm on the way up, and so are you. Okay, I'm taking the whole human race higher, is what I'm doing. So us equals food, 5-star cuisine equals holy, holy, holy. Now I need more memory chip. That's why the Lord has provided 2, so I can back and forth here. So I finish offloading the one that's in this little barrel. Unplug that, unplug this, and we'll do the switch and get right back.